It's frustrating, man. It's frustrating. I feel like I can't even look my guy, Coach Andy Reid, in his eyes right now, just because I feel like I disappoint or I just let him down in some way somehow.
Christmas in Chiefs Kingdom isn't just football. It's a whole soap opera with shoulder pads and a side of Swiftie glitter. First up, Travis opens up about retirement talk, a wild $1.8 billion Powerball daydream, and the heavy feeling of not wanting to let Andy Reid down. And then, Jason Kelce admits post-NFL fame is making family life with Kylie and their 4 kids way trickier than expected. Next, insiders claim Travis went full Santa mode, allegedly dropping $142K on Taylor Swift gifts, plus a cozy winter getaway. After that, the Christmas Day game gets even spicier as Kelce's retirement decision stirs the whole league.
Whether they want me back or not, it's one of those things where I'd like to make that decision before they got to get draft picks and the free agency opens, so that it gives them an opportunity to go out there.
And then, Mahomes and Kelce name a Taylor-inspired cocktail at their restaurant, because why not sip your headlines? Finally, Travis sits down with Tony Gonzalez for a prime interview that feels like a legendary tight end therapy session. Travis Kelce is doing the most relatable should I quit my job spiral, except his job is catching touchdowns and getting crushed by linebackers for a living. With just one game left on Kansas City's schedule, the 3-time Super Bowl champ is basically standing at the edge of the retirement cliff, peeking down and going, do I jump or do I take one more lap? And honestly, the vibes are heavy. Kelce is 36, deep into his 13th NFL season, and insiders say the whole "is this the end" conversation is louder than Arrowhead on 3rd down. The Chiefs' Week 18 trip to Las Vegas to face the Raiders at Allegiant Stadium feels like it could be his final walk onto an NFL field, especially after a rough year that saw Kansas City miss the playoffs for the first time since 2014. That's not just a bad season, that's emotional damage with shoulder pads. After the Chiefs took a 2013 Christmas Day L to the Broncos, ouch, Santa really said Cole, Kelce got hit with the classic "was that your last home game?" question. Instead of giving a dramatic speech, he hit everyone with comedy, basically admitting the only time retirement seriously crossed his mind was when he saw the Powerball jackpot sitting at a ridiculous $1.8 billion and thought, yeah, if that hit, he'd be done immediately. No more film sessions, no more ice baths, just vibes and vacations.
No, the only time it ever crossed my mind is I was driving in the other day and I saw how much the Powerball was. And I was like, man, if I could just win that, I wouldn't have to work another day of my life.
Sadly, that dream got yeeted when Arkansas sold a winning ticket and the fantasy payout turned into an $834.9 million lump sum before taxes. Still not bad, by the way, if anyone's asking. But sources say money isn't the point here. Kelce has already stacked an estimated $111 million in career earnings, and with Taylor Swift in the picture, whose net worth is around $1.6 billion, nobody's exactly worried about him having to start doing Uber Eats. What's really messing with him is something way deeper: accountability. Kelce reportedly got real about feeling like he let head coach Andy Reid down. He came across frustrated, like the kind of frustrated where you can't even make eye contact with the person you respect the most because you feel like you didn't deliver.
It's frustrating, man. It's frustrating. I feel like I can't even look my guy, Coach Andy Reid, in his eyes right now, just because I feel like I disappoint or I just let him down in some way somehow.
Reid, according to sources, isn't just his coach; he's his fearless leader, the guy who shaped him. And Kelce sees it as his job to match Reid's preparation and grind with his own performance.
That's my fearless leader. It's my job to go out there and make it happen. And that's kind of the pride that I've always played with, especially playing for him, knowing how hard he works and how prepared he always is.
And while Travis is wrestling with pressure on the field, his brother Jason is dealing with a totally different kind of blitz, the kind where strangers want selfies while you're just trying to buy diapers. Jason Kelce isn't guessing about the cost of post-NFL fame. He's living it like a reality show he never auditioned for. The retired Eagle center is somehow more famous now than when he was snapping footballs and flattening defensive tackles for a living, and honestly, that's the most 2025 thing ever. He hangs up the cleats and boom, the spotlight cranks up to stadium lights-in-your-face levels. His media life, especially the success of New Heights, has turned normal family outings into something closer to a public meet-and-greet, except the only merch is someone's random iPhone camera roll. Jason reportedly kept it pretty straight in a recent interview, basically saying that because he's all over television, his face is now everywhere, and that changes how his wife Kylie and their 4 daughters move through the world. They're still doing the same stuff, going out, living life, trying to be normal humans, but now normal comes with extra side quests, dodging attention, navigating crowds, and smiling through picture requests when you're just trying to locate the nearest snack. And with 4 kids, Wyatt, Elliot, Bennett, and baby Finley, that's already a full-contact sport. Adding fame into the mix? That's like playing on all Madden with no offensive line. Sources say the family still pushes through and does things like Disney World, but now it comes with more photo stops and a little extra strategy, like picking quieter spots and moving with purpose. Jason frames it as a trade-off, not a complaint, more like this is the deal so we adapt, even if privacy is slowly shrinking like your phone battery at a theme park. And because the universe loves chaos, Jason also has to address the Taylor Swift-sized spotlight hovering near the family. He's super intentional about keeping celebrity vibes out of personal relationships, treating Taylor as Travis's soon-to-be wife and aunt to his kids, not as an international headline generator. Meanwhile, Travis is turning Christmas into the NFL version of a luxury shopping spree with bonus snow vibes. Sources claim Travis went absolutely feral on the gift-giving this year and reportedly dropped around $142,000 on Christmas presents for Taylor. That's not a stocking stuffer, that's a whole down payment with wrapping paper. And because Travis apparently lives in a romantic movie, he also planned a cozy winter getaway, basically a ski trip straight out of a Hallmark film. Mountains, skiing, hot chocolate, warm rooms, and that dramatic slow-motion snowfall moment where you're supposed to fall in love again even though you're already engaged. Meanwhile, sources say people have been side-eyeing Kelce's retirement all year, especially since Kelce flirted with it last season and he's sitting in the final year of his contract. After last year's Super Bowl blowout loss to the Eagles, which also happened to be his roughest season statistically, he reportedly considered walking away, then decided to run it back. He felt responsible for finishing out the contract, which honestly is so dad who promised to help build the patio coded. Now you've got the perfect storm. Some decline in on-field production, a relationship that comes with paparazzi DLC, and a media career waiting in the wings like it's already warming up. And according to sources, Kelce knows this decision isn't just about him. It affects the Chiefs' whole off-season game plan. He's reportedly said he wants to decide early enough so the team can prep for draft picks and free agency, instead of being stuck in limbo like, so are we shopping for a tight end or no?
Whether they want me back or not, it's one of those things where I'd like to make that decision before they got to get draft picks and the free agency opens, so that it gives them an opportunity to go out there and fill the roster appropriately. So all that will be at the end of the season, and I won't be thinking about it until then.
And here's the funniest part. The more everyone asks, the more Kelce basically hits them with the polite version of, I'm not talking about this right now. After the Chiefs got eliminated, the retirement questions went into overdrive and Kelce even skipped the media at one point. And somehow the next chapter involves him and Patrick Mahomes turning Taylor into a literal cocktail, because why be normal when you can be Kansas City iconic? Travis and Mahomes are opening their shiny new restaurant 1587 Prime, and they've decided the menu needed a little pop star sparkle. Enter a drink called the Alchemy, which is basically a Taylor Swift wink so obvious it might as well come with a friendship bracelet on the rim. Swifties already know the Alchemy is also the title of Taylor's 2024 song that's packed with football references and relationship flexes, so the fact that it's now a cocktail feels like the universe is just doing fan service at this point. Mahomes wasn't even pretending to be some big cocktail connoisseur. He reportedly admitted he's not really a liquor guy, but he's heard the drink is legit, and more importantly, it felt right to give Taylor a nod because she's become a huge part of the team's world and the city's whole vibe. Which is honestly true. Kansas City has basically been living in a crossover episode. Now about this drink, the Alchemy isn't your basic cranberry vodka situation. It's clarified citrus vodka blend with dry curacao, aronia berry, cranberry, strawberry, lime, and oolong tea. It sounds fancy enough to make you feel rich, but dangerous enough to have you texting your ex at 1:12 a.m. like, I miss you, bestie. Mahomes apparently expects it to fly off the menu and become one of those drinks people order just to post on Instagram, even if they don't know what aronia berry is. And the menu doesn't stop there, because if Taylor's getting a drink, everybody's getting a drink. Insiders say Mahomes has one called Showtime, Kelce has one called Big Yeti, and Brittany Mahomes even has one named Queen Bee, because of course she does. And now the Kelce cinematic universe adds another spicy little subplot. Travis sitting down with Tony Gonzalez to talk retirement like it's a grown man therapy session, but with better lighting and way more steak. Prime Video had the perfect Christmas pregame flex lined up, a segment featuring Tony Gonzalez interviewing Travis, which is basically the tight end version of Batman meeting Superman, except both of them wore red and gold. It's set to air right before the Broncos-Chiefs game, and the timing is great because it happens right before what people keep whispering could be Travis's last game at Arrowhead. The clip is a shorter 4-minute version for TV, but the full uncut sit-down runs about 25 minutes and drops online too, because apparently we all need more Kelce content like it's a vitamin. The interview itself went down at 1587 Prime on Christmas Eve, which is honestly hilarious, because imagine discussing retirement while the smell of expensive ribeye is in the air. The Prime Sports producer who was there admitted that just being in the room with those two talked was kind of powerful. Like you could feel the legend's only energy. And it tracks because you're talking about two of the greatest tight ends ever, both Chiefs icons, comparing notes like, "So, when did your knees start talking back?" That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.